That was good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to On Tap. I'm Kevin. I'm your host. You can join me every Thursday for just enough, but not too much, of the good stuff. And hey, as you know, when you're done, drinking your Corona like I am, you can go back and watch Guy Fieri drink this.
I love the bouquet of cinnamon and gold.
Okay, yeah, good old Guy Fieri. All right, so look, very recently, obviously, the school ended for the kiddos in the area. I know some schools kept them even longer, but my girls, they wrapped up last week, and one of the classic things in wrapping up school is like field day. They call it sports day now. When I was young, because that was apparently a long time ago, because I'm so old now, it was called field day, and it was great. I loved it. And one of the classic things in that last week of school, other than the field day and just general screwing around, was the students' teachers' softball game. So when I was a kid, they would face they pick teams and get the students and teachers to face off, play a softball game, and it was slow pitch, 16-inch, and whoever won got the glory that year. And let's be honest, most of the time the teachers are going to win. The students rarely, unless you've got that like group of kids who are super athletic, they're not beating like the gym teacher and the other people on staff. But my daughter let me know that it was happening. And my oldest daughter is 11, and she said, they're doing this game, and I'm not really going to do it. I'm like, why aren't you going to play? Like, you have to play. You have to try it. She's like, well, I don't play softball. I'm like, well, you don't have to be good at softball to play student-teacher softball. She's like, well, I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, well, I'll show you. You have to do it. Because here's what I told her. When I was a kid, I didn't do the game. Like, it came up, and they wanted sign-ups. They wanted kids to sign up play student teachers, and I didn't do it because I was like, well, maybe I won't be good enough. So I told her, don't be like your old man, okay? Play the game, and I'll show you everything you need to know. And she didn't really play sports a lot. She's more into art and drawing and dance and all that. So we did it. We went to the field, and we started working on hitting and fielding, and it was great. We had a great time together, and we were bonding in a new way, and it was super fun to teach her new things and to see her ferocity as she was learning how to play softball. And so she's getting excited. She's getting close to the start of the game. And then the day of, like most of those things go, she gets super nervous because the stakes are high. They're going to bring the whole school out to watch these kids play the teachers, and all her peers are going to be out there. And she's like, I still don't really know how to play. So she gets to the day of the game, and we're there, and class comes out, and they're all getting ready, and they're chanting each other's names, and it's super cute. You got all these kids around, and it comes up for her turn to bat, and I can see it in her face because I'm her dad. Like, I know what she's thinking, but I also see this like intensity in her eyes, and she steps up to bat, and we'll show you the picture. She steps up to bat, and the teacher who's pitching is like, look out, we got a swinger. What? She's never played. But she had the stance. She had the stance. Like, she was ready to go. She fouled on the first one, and then she got this great hit on the second pitch, and she's just like over the moon. She's running. She only made it to first, whatever. It was one hit in a game. And in the end, the next kid got up, and hit a fly, and she got out at second, and she went back into the dugout. And look at this picture. Look at this kid. She is over the moon. She got one hit. Now, this is not like she got one hit, she's happy, she gets a plaque kind of generation stuff. We're not going there. Like, that's not what this is. She doesn't get a trophy for getting a hit. But what did happen, and what I saw in her, was the sense of accomplishment that the thing that she set out to do, she did. And that's where we're parked today. Because there's some cool little stuff in there that I think as adults is easy for us to let go of and forget. So number one, she tried something new she had never done before. And when we get to the point in life when we've got a little more miles and we get a little bit more settled in our career, when family, we get financial responsibilities, all of that stuff, all those pressures, all those things can pull us back from discovery. It can pull us back from experimenting, from going on an adventure and trying something new. And maybe you've experienced that in your own life where you start to feel like maybe a little less willing to try things you're not good at or you don't know a lot about. And that's the first thing I saw in my daughter was like she had a willingness to try something new. Now, she didn't go into it blind. Like she didn't just show up that day and go, well, I don't really know how to play, so I'm just going to kind of hold the bat and like, no. I mean, there were other kids who were doing that, but that wasn't her. She decided to try something new. She applied herself. She learned something, some new skills. And then when it came to the day of the game, the second thing I observed in her is that she stayed in it. See, a lot of times we want to try something new, and then the stakes start to get high, or we start to feel the pressure or the expectations of what we've set ourselves up to do, and then we back down, and we're like, nah, maybe I don't really want to do this. Or, if you're the kind of person who struggles with a lot of negative thoughts, you might be thinking, I'm probably not going to hit the ball anyway. How many times have you stepped up to an opportunity and thought to yourself, I'm probably not going to do really well at this? But she didn't do that. She was like, I'm going to hit the freaking ball. And she did. And then the third thing that I observed is the pure joy that comes from taking a risk and discovering something new about yourself. Because if she had, we'll rewind a couple weeks. If she had said to me, I don't really want to play the game, and I don't think I'm good at it, I don't think I could do it, I could have told her, sure, yeah, that's okay. We don't want you to embarrass yourself. You don't have to do it. And I could be really accommodating. But I pushed her because I knew what she was capable of. And she took the challenge. But she didn't have to do that. And she would have missed out not only on the discovery of a new skill, not only on the joy of accomplishing something, but then this really cool thing happened at the end of the game. The pitcher came up to me, who was, the teacher was pitching, and he goes, is she in softball? Because she's got a great stance. You could just tell. I'm like, no, she's literally never played before. And he's like, well, you need to get her in it. So we are. We're not going to become crazy parents and, put her through all this stuff. But she's going to connect with a young woman who we know who can give her some coaching over the summer, and she wants to get ready to play next year. And it was all because of this stupid little game that wasn't so stupid after all. So I guess that's my challenge to you. That's a 12-ounce. Like, what have you been baking on? What have you been thinking about? What has crossed your path and you've thought, it'd be really cool to do that, but you've written it off because you assume that that's for other people. That's for the people who know more, who have more experience, and not for you. I really want to talk to you directly today and challenge that perspective and challenge that thought pattern to say, look, these 10, 11, 12-year-old kids are out there trying something new, learning new things all the time. And maybe you need to get back to a little bit of that in your own life and try something new this summer. Take an opportunity when you've got some time off or you got a little break or you got some longer days. Take that opportunity. I don't know what it is for you. I've got some stuff in my own life I'm working on that I've previously said I probably couldn't do that or am not good enough to do that. What is that thing for you? Because I'll tell you what, even if it blows up, even if my daughter had gone out there and missed the ball, and maybe you're going to go out there and you're going to go for it and you're going to miss it and you're going to strike out in front of all your peers and you're going to be like, oh, well, why did I even do that? Don't stop there and don't think that. Because what you discover in yourself, who you are in the process, is just as important as the result. And that's what I love to see in my daughter, is who she was in the process. And that's really what life is all about, right? It's who we are in the process. So give yourself a chance, all right? Get out there, try something new, even if it's a new beer, okay? Even if it's a new beer. All right, we'll check you guys next time.